Hey, this is Philip. Welcome back to the Retro Metro podcast. Today we'll be having my guest, CJ. Today we'll be talking about retro fashion versus new fashion, modern fashion, and shoes. So my overall opinion on fashion, I think it's something that's been introduced way long before a lot of people were here. Some that many people endorsed, like clothing and shoes. I think it was a well-around thing that people could buy. All right, what do you think about fashion? This fashion period.
I don't know. I think fashion right now is it's a little bit different. Like, I don't think it's as good as retro fashion because back in the day, we used to have like good things. Like, we used to have like high top fades, we used to have like juices, boxes and stuff. And nowadays, it's like people just want dreads or curly hair or something. But waves are coming back though.
Yeah,
so
waves.
Waves are coming back.
That's a good retro fashion that people use. And shoes. A lot of brands are getting more money on the retro brands that they had because these new brands, new stuff they have, is not making as money as the retro stuff because a lot of people like what they wore back in the days and it's more rare.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like having rare shoes and having the same shoes everyone's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think about retro shoes and clothing?
I think it's kind of weird how like you think about it. How like if you were like 20 years back, if you would just like save an old pair of shoes, how high they would go right now because stuff that was like in the older days goes really high now. Like lots of shoes and stuff, and just clothing in general. Like people like to wear stuff from back in the day now, which is kind of weird because it's like it comes back and then it goes off again. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool how that's happened.
Yeah, I think every sort of trend always comes back. Like a lot of people have been wearing like them Vans, the classic Vans. Everyone wears them now, but they used to be some older back in the days, like in 1980s. That's what all the people would wear. Mm-hmm. I think retro fashion is like coming back nowadays. Yeah. Modern fashion, they're still trying to step the game up, but they're using more retro designs and retro, like Nike. They put out some new 1970 Air Maxes, and everyone's wearing them. They pay like $300 for them rather than some new 2019 shoes that people don't really like. But I think retro fashion is a good thing nowadays. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think retro fashion is kind of good though. But some things I wish don't ever come back. Like skinny jeans, them better not come back. I swear, if they was come back, then I would like never wear those. Like you will not catch me wearing those skinny jeans.
Yeah, you can't really hate on modern fashion though, because a lot of stuff would not be here if we didn't have like modernized stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 1980s, all them big old jeans and stuff. Yeah, you could leave that 1980s. Yeah. But it might come back because everything cycles. So that's my opinion on retro fashion and modern fashion. So my favorite overall would probably be retro fashion because like the glasses, these are retro. These are all classic glasses. Everything I just like wearing is somewhat retro or introduced in the older times. What about you?
My opinion maybe be I don't know.
Modern?
I think modern fashion probably because modern fashion has really stepped it up. Like people probably didn't think that modern fashion could be like as good as retro fashion was, but modern fashion honestly has stepped it up and changed the game a little bit because it's just something new and something better, than
like the quality of modern stuff. So much better made and stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, that wraps up today, Retro Metro podcast. Adios.